think so. Big man, I don't think so. Well, big man,
no.
Big Wallace. He used to roll with the Stoners, that was back in the day. Now he's driving a caddy, ain't no Chevrolet. Saw him riding uptown in that limousine car, 3 dollars in the back, a fully stocked bar. Big man, I don't think so. Big man, I don't think so. Real big man,
no.
Big Wallace. Thinks it's his due to keep a working man down, keeps pushing me under, don't care if I drown, spreading misery and discontent, whatever keeps him on top, well, it's money well spent. Big man, I don't think so. Big man, I don't think so. Real big man,
no.
Big Wallace. Saw him on TV, heard him on the radio, talking loud about Jesus. He was preaching about gold. Somehow I can't reconcile the two. Guess he thinks we're all fools. Well, it might be true. Big man, I don't think so. Big man, I don't think so. Real big man,
no.
Big Wallace. Real big man,
no.
Big Wallace. Real big man,
no.
Big Wallace.
Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Take 15. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. It's the crazy, 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 crazy show. That's what it is. Okay, whatever. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Hello, Internet. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio FRadio.com. What?
Yeah.
You got to switch up.
Just a little bit.
Welcome to the show, everyone. Tonight, our guest is the one and only Iris Perkins, a.k.a. Petty Crocker, a.k.a. ICU. I am excited about our guest this evening.
Yeah.
And if anybody is familiar with Miss Iris Perkins, you will understand why I chose to warm my diaphragm today so as to avoid getting myself pregnant. So here we are. Chocolate milk and waffles. I am
You're George Mendez, and I'm Terrell K. Mercer.
And
You-
we-
yo,
and
it's
we are Chocolate
crazy.
Milk and Waffles.
Usually that's me. Like, but ladies and gentlemen, first of all, one thing we want to say, George and I were discussing, we want to put something out to the artists out there. We want to like change things up a little bit, so we're trying to find somebody to do a new opening jingle for us. You know, I know you hear Jim at the beginning. She's like, "It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show." We love it, but we want to add a little something different to it.
Yeah. What we'd really like is to have so many submissions of all different types that we can regularly switch out our intros.
That's right.
And it just gives us another opportunity to give you guys opportunities.
To confuse
and it keeps
Justin.
the show fresh, and we can confuse Justin. It'll be a really good time. So you can send those to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show at gmail.com. I am enunciating every syllable.
That's right.
The Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show, that's all one word, .com. And you can send your submissions there. Also, send your MP3 files labeled, and we can get your song into rotation here. Another announcement about the show. Starting with our first show in August, we will have been expanded to a 2-hour show. So also send some suggestions of what you'd like us to do, guests maybe from the area that you'd like to hear on the show, and any kind of this, like we say at the end of the show, we do what we do because we include you.
Yes.
So let us know what you want out of the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show, and thank you for getting us to the point where we've been able to expand to 2 hours.
Yeah, and also we'll be putting on Facebook. What is Facebook?
The faux
The faux book.
book, the falses.
It's for Vietnamese. Faux book.
Noodles.
I'm hungry now.
I know. Stop it.
All right, but like I was saying, on the Facebook, we'll be showing some of the things we'll be implementing into the show to kind of fill that 2-hour period. What did you put?
There's a Super Mario sticker on the mic stand. I just
Oh,
noticed.
wow. Is
Yeah,
there?
and I got a power-up mushroom. Bong. What do you know about that?
All right.
I don't
Okay.
have anything.
Oh, here.
Our guest is kind of quiet, but ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one, the only.
Iris Perkins. How are you, dear?
I am
Welcome to the
well.
show. Thank
Can
you
we-
for being
Thank
here.
Can we call her that in public?
Oh, you're funny.
Yeah, like which of your many aliases would you like us to refer to you as?
It
tonight?
depends on where I am.
Well, you were in the
Oh.
clubhouse. in
Who are you in the
Hampton.
clubhouse?
I don't know if that helps.
Who are you in the clubhouse?
I'll be Iris for the moment.
You'll be
Iris.
Iris for the
Yes,
moment.
Yes.
If you could let us know when you switch personalities, that would be great.
Yeah.
Do that.
Like, give a
Awesome.
name announcement. Be like, this is Clarice. You know, just
Introducing. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you
okay. Yeah, we appreciate that.
know. Awesome.
All right. So, first question I want to ask is, how did you come up with your various stage names?
Take us through
The process.
the three.
The metamorphosis, if you will.
Well,
The three that I know of, anyway. Maybe
my poetry name, ICU, was a long time coming. I started out using hyperkinetic expressions, which was HY capital PERK, because Perkins is my last name,
Okay.
and then spell out the rest of kinetic expressions because I'm a very hyper kind of person. And I thought it was kind of neat to put hyperkinetic together. And like, oh, that's my last name. And then it kind of changed to IP rights. And I was like, that sounds kind of ill because I don't want to pee nowhere. And even though that's like my name. But then I was like, you know what? I should call myself ICU. And I debated on whether or not I wanted to use the EYE or just the letter I, like my first name, because ICU is actually an acronym for Iris Cuts Up, because that's what I do.
Oh,
usually on the
okay.
mic.
Okay. I was going to be
Wow.
my next question.
ICU.
I always-
Iris cuts up.
I thought it was intensive care unit because that's what you
Well-
need after you hear her spit.
I know, but that is my slogan for my poetry. My words will
Okay.
either leave you there or handle you with care in the
Wow.
ICU.
Now, another random question. Have you ever thought about what happened if you have to give your name to John Cena?
Man. Ba-ba-ba-da-da.
But you know,
But-
you be like John Cena, like, what's your name? Like, I see you. He be like, you can't see me.
All right.
Yeah.
Just hit him with an X, because that's what I do.
All right. And the Petty Crocker name for the comedy.
Petty Crocker for comedy came from me finding out that I was petty. And true story, I was in a movie theater. I was sitting down trying to watch a movie, and this couple behind me was eating popcorn. The chick had some long acrylic fingernails, and she would scrape around the little cardboard box, trying to, as you can see, it still irritates me.
Yeah, I can tell by
Yeah,
your
like,
But-
you're getting
face.
very upset.
She would scrape around the cardboard box, and you hear her, and she put it in her mouth, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't. And then she would suck on her straw and the soda in it, and she got to the bottom where you could like hear the sound of empty.
That shit.
Yes.
uh,
And we were in the movie theater, and I was like, okay, forget this. And I have natural hair, so that day I had a really big and beautiful afro, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I just stood straight up. I stood straight up, and I started watching the movie standing up. And she goes, babe, I can't see. And he thought that I was going to the restroom, and they saw that, 5-10 minutes, I'm still standing right there watching the movie. So he tapped me on my hip. He said, excuse me, ma'am. He was like, are you going to sit down anytime soon? I was like, no, because I can't hear. He said, well, we can't see. I said, I guess we're even. And I turned around and finished watching the movie, and a lady 2 seats down from me, she just busted out laughing. She was like, oh, she petty? I was like, oh, I like that. I said, I guess I am. But I don't spell it P-E-T-T-Y because I'm not
Right.
that kind of petty. I'm P-E-T-T-I-E because I'm undercover slick like a petticoat, and that's how you spell it.
Is there any reference to Betty Crocker? Or is that
No, I'm just back to stirrups.
Because
shit.
I was
That's
about
all.
to say she cooks it up.
I do.
She
I
cooks
do.
it up.
I'm sorry.
And how do you choose what art to do under which pen names, and which ones to do under the actual government name?
For my government, I've always written under my government.
Okay.
It's just easy. If I say I wrote a book, like, oh. But sometimes I don't want people to find me under my poetry name, so I don't use Iris for poetry. Just say ICU. And if you know me, you know me. If you don't, oh, wow, what is that you're listening to? Kind of like, you write that? I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I told you
Surprise.
I have one of your pieces that I forget I have it in my truck, and it'll I'll just leave it playing, and I'll be talking to a customer, and next thing you know, you hear like, "Lay me down," and I'm like, "Oh gosh, I forgot that was playing."
That's funny. Yeah, you definitely have to be careful who you play our CD around.
Her face. And she tries to act like she's so shy. It's like her stage persona is just really like, it's her, but on another level. And how do you, now we know you have these different names, but how do you come in and out of each persona that you present?
It depends on the venue.
Okay.
So, where I have to perform is where I have to give that energy for that persona to go to.
Okay.
'Cause
Is that
if not, I'm nervous.
so? It's like you pretty much have to be like, I'm not me right now. You really have to go. I mean, is
Yes.
that like easy for you to do like on a whim, or you really
No,
have to?
I have to. That's a thought process.
It's a thought process.
Breathe. Oh, yeah. The sun is warm. The grass is green. Like he told Daniel's son, your focus needs focus.
Now you were given a title a while back, about the time that we met, and what was called the Hampton Roads? Don't. What?
Why would you say something like that?
Okay.
It was the title is the 757's nastiest poet.
Who gave you that title?
The people at the erotic slam and Godchild.
What?
at
Erotic
5018.
slam.
I
You get-
know,
yeah,
right?
when
The
you get that
erotic
title
poetry
at an
slam.
erotic slam. Did you win?
I did.
What? I'm almost afraid to ask, but
did.
do you remember the poem you did that won you that slam?
I do.
Well,
I think I
just
heard
give
it.
us the title.
I think
Don't
I
do-
heard it before too.
I'm sure I have. but-
Can't handle the truth.
Oh yeah. Okay. The title's fairly tame in comparison to the
To the
actual-
poem.
words.
So, speaking of that slam, Godchild did that, right? Okay. So, how did you first start? Because I know you also co-host What
The
Spot
What-
with
the-
him.
mhm.
Was the slam? Did that slam lead into that? No. So how did
That was
work
completely different circumstances. I met Godchild. I did not know Godchild from Adam's House Cat when we first met. I was asked by a friend of mine named Carrie B to, hey Carrie B, wherever you are.
Yeah,
I think
shout
he's
out to
in
Carrie
LA.
B. I know Carrie.
I was getting off work one night, and he asked me to come to the Wet Poetry Spot. I was like, dude, I'm just getting off work. So I got there, and that night, their feature was late. So Carrie B and Godchild were talking, and they were like, you know what? If you need us to fill some time, she can do some poetry. And he pointed at me, and I'm like, who is she? Who is she? And so they were talking, and Godchild was like, I don't know her. And so he got Godchild to the back of the restaurant, and they were talking. He was like, she can do it. So Carrie B came back to me and was like, do you have your poems with you? I said, no. He's like, do you have your phone? I was like, yes. He was like, well, get on your Facebook and read your poetry, because I have like 170 poems on Facebook. He was like, well, go ahead and, read some. You want me to read what? Where? He was like, you're going to get on the stage and read. Who? He said, you are. He was like, don't trip. He said, I got 15 minutes because we got to stall for the feature to come up. Who is we again? So he went up there and he did about 15 to 17 minutes worth of poetry. And then he went and put a chair on the stage for me because, like I said, I am terrified of talking in front of people. And I knew my legs would give out, just as usual. So he put the chair on the stage. He put the mic up there. He was like, he introduced me, and he brought me up to the stage and sat me down in the chair. He said, read. Now, these people are looking at me, and I'm like, what in the hell have I gotten myself into? I think I did 5 poems. And by my 4th poem, everybody was like, she said that? Oh my God.
It took him to the 4th poem?
It took them to the 4th one. Because I don't think they were prepared for what happened in the first 2. I think it was still processing. And then when I got off stage, and after my heart stopped racing, Manolo Ramos was standing right in the side. And he said, if you all don't know her now, because I don't know her now, y'all will remember her forever. And that's how I met him, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then Complex.
Shout out to Manny.
Shout out to Manny. Complex from California was the feature that night. So I met Godchild, Complex, and Manolo all in one night.
That's a hell of a night.
Okay. So that literally was your first time
That
on
was-
stage.
Yeah.
Wow.
How did you go about picking out your poems in that moment? With that many to choose from?
I just chose the ratchet one.
The ratchet.
And I'm curious, why that decision? Because I know you write outside of that erotic realm, but you choose not to present the stuff that's outside of that erotic realm. We're gonna Barbara Walters your ass. Is that a
right.
shield? Is that a
That's right.
shield? What are you hiding from, Iris?
It's easier to write that because not a lot of people talk about it.
Fair enough.
And
Everybody
it's-
does it.
Correct. Everybody does it. So it's easier. My imagination is corrupted, but it's easier for me to write about it and to say things that people can't really speak for themselves about, but they can relate. So I know a lot of people can, I'm conscious. Yeah, I'm conscious. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of people doing that, but it's not a lot of people expressive
Yeah.
Right.
about sex or
And
erotica.
I think like I've seen you perform and I've seen the audience reaction with a lot of with majority of poets. You get the snaps and the oohs and the ahs, and you hear maybe like somebody will react to a line verbally, but with your work, in particular the erotic work, you get chuckles and laughter, and those are laughs of discomfort,
Mm-hmm.
and it's discomfort because people are like, oh shit, that's
Yeah,
me.
that's
Like,
me.
was I
That's
looking-
me.
Did she
Oh.
check my bedroom?
This
Was she
like
looking?
get out my head, like, and you're right, it's you connect on a more primitively intimate level with your audience,
The same
but
with
you
my
do
comedy.
have like a lot of really thought-provoking work too that not a lot of people have gotten a chance to take a look at. Do you have any plans for that work as a collection possibly?
I actually have. I'm working on 6 CDs.
6.
6.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they're broken up by like themes.
Yes.
Then.
Mhm.
Okay.
The Slick Wetness is erotica. The hell inside is pure emotion.
Okay.
When words come together is super fun because I taught myself how to rap. After listening to Stupid Cupid, I was like, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I did. Aristocratic Scribes is my conscious CD. Imp Inferiority Complex, which is IMP Inferiority Complex, is about me and my personal tribes and tribulations and trials. And then there's Learning to Count, which was inspired by George Mendez.
There's a whole project called Learning to Count?
Yep.
Are they all number poems?
Yes,
and such?
they are.
Nice.
Wow, that's what's up.
Nice. That's really cool. You must have an enormous body of work right now.
Maybe.
Maybe.
She
that's
probably
that's good.
does.
That's
more
good.
than likely.
That's good.
Now, we know where you are now. What started you on your poetic journey?
Are you an all-lifer?
Years ago, kind of, sort of.
A lifer.
Years ago, middle school, I used to have to learn to battle rap to, like, save my self-esteem because
Okay.
I went swimming and I had to cut all my hair off because I didn't wash my hair after I got out of chlorine. That's when I had a perm. So I looked like a little boy, and they called me Isaac forever. And I was like, okay, I have to do something to work this out. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's when I guess that rhyme scheme and all the other stuff came up. And then by the time I got to maybe college, I had a boyfriend who was really mad that I wrote all the time. And he took all of my stuff and he burned it in a barbecue pit in front of me. So I took a writing hiatus for like maybe...
May I interrupt you for a moment? Damn, whoever did that.
Yeah, I was about to say, yo, give us his name.
He deserves to walk barefoot across an entire bed of Legos.
And army ants.
Yes.
Fire ants.
Okay, back to your story.
So but yeah, he burned all of my stuff. So I stopped writing for about 20 years. And, I want to say it was 2013. It was July 31st, 2013. I was sitting in a parking lot, and I had just come from a thrift store, and I bought a journal and some stuff to write. There was a sign on this wall that said, "No trespassing, no loitering." I have no idea where it came from, but that was the first poem I wrote, July 31st, 2013, and been writing back to back ever since.
Wow.
So you've been back for roughly about 3 years then?
About 3 years.
Okay.
You're coming up on your anniversary, actually.
I know.
That's awesome.
Couple days.
I think we all remember that moment. You know what I mean? I think you don't. First time you ever you started writing.
But it's funny. I didn't write erotica.
I know why I wrote, but not the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I could say the same.
Yeah.
I guess I could say the same.
I didn't write erotica though until October, and then the slam came around in 2014, and I still hold the title.
Because you're gross. That's why you just
You're
nasty. Just
nasty.
nasty. Just
Now that we've told people about it, you want to play a little something with her?
let's do that.
Well, do you want to hear something nasty, or do you want to hear something outside of the
You don't get the pick.
Oh.
This is the chocolate milk and waffle show.
Sorry.
I got syrup.
Well,
That's what she said.
That's for him. I'm chocolate milk.
I'm the waffles.
For those
Syrup myth.
For all you racists out there who think
Fine.
that Terrell's chocolate milk just because he's black, you
Well, fine. I have
Oh.
a straw too.
well.
Yeah.
And Justin's got tracks.
Yeah.
Let's get with the track playing, Justin.
On the chocolate milk and waffle show.
He said, just get over it. I was like, get over it. Man, all you doing is talking ish. You talking down to me and going in. I have feelings smoldering, and you just say, get over it. We've been together all the pain, all the strife, and all of the tears. And now you up and disappear. Come back and your conscience is clear. I wanna scream and throw a fit, but I know I have to be a diva still. You've been stepping out and shit and no explanation given. Now you decide to pack up and leave and take a major part of me. And I'm just supposed to be cool. I'm made of flesh and bone, dude. Right now I feel so numb. I also feel hella dumb. My friends told me you were doing shit, and I said no, not my man. I guess I was too in love to see it, and I didn't want to believe it. You would step out on me, and I was doing all the giving. I guess that's a red flag I should have seen. Now I'm all up in my feelings. You messed up a good thing, and soon you'll see later that the grass ain't green on the other side. Just as I was getting harmony in my life, I have to stop and change this. Tell me, can I get over it? Can I get over it? Can I get over it? Can I get... Just as I was getting harmony in my life, I have to stop and change this. Tell me, can I get over it? That's all I want to know. One thing you won't do is to continue and call me a bitch. I just sat here and put up with all of your bullshit. I didn't even call you on your lies. Instead of loving you right now, it's you I despise. And I can't see why you would do all of this. You ain't got a window to look out of or a pot to piss in. Yes, it's my turn, and don't interrupt me. Short dick, bad head, and your cooking is lousy. Damn, man. Yes, I'm hurt, and I'm projecting, and I want to make you feel like I feel disgusted, and I'm disappointed, and I'm mad, and I'm gonna get all of this off my chest. Yes, it's a lot. Can't I get over it? Can't I get over it? Can't I get over it? Just as I was getting harmony in my life, I have to stop and change this. Tell me, can I get over it? Can I get over it? Just tell me. I can't believe I wasted my time. Yes, it's true. Love is blind. You overlook certain things, make excuses when you shouldn't be. Lessons learned are quite hard, and I hope they're only learned once. It's hard to open up again and start over once again. Somehow I have to try to reinvent, pulling all of me back together. Picking pieces off the floor. I have to stop crying, making the grass grow. Just as I was getting harmony in my life, I have to stop and change this. But I told you, yes, I got over you. Yes, I got over you. Yes, I got over you. Just as I was getting harmony in my life, I had to stop and change this. I told you, yes, I got over you. Yes, I got over you. Yes, I got over you. Just because you apologize does not mean I want to talk to you. Just because you apologize does not mean I forgave you. Just because you apologize does not mean I give you permission to be in my space. Just because you apologized does not mean that I do not hurt from the actions you did or the words that you said. I mean, just because you apologized does not mean that I want to deal with your bullshit of following me around, trying to explain to me why, or asking me if I'm okay, or did I hear what you said? Yes, I heard your apology, and I'm glad that you decided to apologize. However, if we were friends in the beginning, some things should have been thought about before they even left your mouth. Remember, words said can never return. They can never be forgotten. They can be forgiven, but just because you apologized does not give me the right just to say, fuck you.
And we're back. That was one of the most heartfelt FUs I have ever heard in all my days. You're listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio F Radio.
.com.
And we are here with Iris Perkins. Tell us a little bit about what we just heard.
What was the first one? I forgot.
I know, I forgot to.
Oh, Over It. That's like when you get over somebody and it's like, can I really do this? And you really can. You just have to push yourself through it sometimes. And I didn't write it out of thinking of anybody. I heard the beat to the song, and I just sat down and started writing the song. I was like, yes, I like that. And that's how that came about. Now, the second one was Just Because You Apologize. Katrina Hurricane Solar is like the greatest person
She's
that
a
I have
beast.
like to talk to. And we can sit down and talk, and she'll say something. I'm like, oh, peace. And that's how that came about. And I'm going to have a little chat book it's called Sitting on a Couch Under a Hurricane's Watch.
Wow.
Because this is how that we had conversations, and I have 11 pieces already, and that's one of them. And that's just from
Nice.
us having conversation, and just right.
I dig it. I dig it. So you have all these projects on deck. How, do you work on them all at the same time, or do you like kind of one at a time and get through
So,
them?
Right now, I have 6 books that I'm writing. They're novels.
Wow.
I have the 6 CD projects. I have 2 poetry chat and a second stand-up comedy monologue that I'm working on. Yes,
Nice.
I work on them all at the same time because my brain like switches. Just think of
Artistic ADD.
like
Mhm.
pretty much. Just think of like having like a MacBook and an HP like right next to each other, and you have Safari and Windows open. And Windows, you have like 2,100 tabs open on this one, and then the MacBook, you have like 450 like windows. So you keep switching at the bottom, like, ooh, that one, and you flick over here and do the tab, and it's like a double screen, and then that right there. So you have to have like a 17-inch MacBook on this side, and the 21-inch Mac. So you got to you flip this way, and then you go back to typing. It's really weird, but it works for me.
Sounds like a plan. Now, even though you flip-flop back and forth between those, I know you find sometime there's that one that you just want to focus on. How do you give yourself a deadline to do things?
It depends on what I need to get done. If I don't have anything to actually do and push forward, then I'll lollygag and draw it out until the end. But if I have something that has to get done by a deadline, like I have to finish a monologue by September 8th because I have to perform it on September 10th, I got to get that out of the way.
Okay.
I haven't really given my books a deadline yet because I keep coming up with new subplots, and I write that down and go figure out how to put it in to whichever story it's going to belong to. Recording sessions for the CDs are almost over. I have 4 more songs to record, and then I need to get everything mixed and mastered and out of the way.
What do you find easier, recording an album or putting together the chat books?
Chat book.
Yeah.
I don't have to find music.
Just type it
I
up,
don't have to
throw it
make
together.
music. Yeah, just go. I mean, the novel that I have out right now,
Yeah, what are the titles of the novels?
Quintessential Flames is already out. A 15-year romance. That started out as a 4,000-word story because a friend of mine said, you know what? I haven't heard anything about long-lost lovers in a long time. I was like, you know what? I'll write you a story. So That friend showed it to another friend, and another friend said, you should turn that into 15,000 words. I was like, for what? Like, just see if you can do it. So it went from 15,000 words to a 45,000 word novel, and I got it published, and then my publisher sucked, and then I had to research how to open my own publishing company. So I opened that up and did all that stuff myself and published that book, and it was, but yeah, learning experiences.
So you have a publishing company too?
I do.
What's it called?
One Eye Publishing.
And you publish you self-publish everything? You published anybody else yet?
I'm working on that now.
Nice.
Okay.
Good for you.
I think the better question we should ask is like, what don't you do? That's
Right?
I don't do Windows.
You don't do Windows.
You juggle?
I can.
See,
That's crazy.
chainsaws.
Train squirrels?
Not yet. They keep running from me.
Oh.
Okay, you need to go up to Canada to see the huge black squirrels. They don't run.
They don't?
No,
Okay.
they stare you down.
Vancouver, Toronto,
Yeah, I don't do
Saskatchewan.
rodents, man.
Actually, they've migrated into Ohio now also. So
Okay,
they're
I'll
about to
check
take
that
over
out.
Detroit.
Okay, I'll check that out. I'll check that
I've
out.
never seen a black squirrel. I've seen red squirrels.
Believe me, if you see a black squirrel, you'll know. They post up on you.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll have to, is that a racial?
No, it's
Okay,
it's true.
Okay.
Did the
I'll
chocolate
watch
milk and
out.
waffle show really go to to squirrels?
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Speaking of which, Squirrel Nut Zippers will be in town. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah.
This actually funny. You go to an announcement. It's a good time to do announcements.
Yeah.
What's today?
Today's Thursday.
Today is Thursday. Tomorrow at the venue on 35th Street, Big Tor and the Boss is having his. I think he does a show there every 2 months now is what he's scheduled. So that's coming up. It's a variety show. There's an open mic portion. It's always a really good time. He always has amazing performers on the lineup. Saturday at the venue on 35th Street, world renowned, quite literally world renowned, Nicholas Tweedy, a mentalist who did an 11-year apprenticeship in Japan and learned all these amazing techniques. All I can say, audience, is that he made a sugar packet fly around in the kitchen of the venue, and I was there.
Every
I
time you say
saw
that, it
this.
freaks me out. I don't want to see that.
It was the most mind-blowing thing I think I've ever seen. It is a $15 ticket. It is absolutely worth it. It's going to be an amazing event. Please, please support this event. And then on Sunday, we have our monthly event, Feature Sundays, and we have an amazing lineup there. We have a couple new genres that we're bringing into the mix. We have a jeweler, Novocaine.
Rubber People.
Of Rubber People. And we have a short film being played, along with poetry and comedy and music from some amazing talent. It's going to be a really great time. That's a $5 event. And then, of course, every Monday at the historic venue on 35th Street, our open mic from 7 to 11. And I think that about covers things. On Tuesdays at the venue also, we do Performers Playground. We're very busy at the venue.
Definitely, that's a good thing.
We like to consider ourselves an arts hub of sorts.
Yeah.
So find us on venue-35.com or the venue on 35th Street on Facebook, and you can keep up with everything we've got going on there. What's going on
the
over?
next writers thing, George?
There are the second and fourth Wednesday of every month. Thank you for asking. The one in August happens to be my 2-year anniversary with Sarah, so Patty Ray will actually be conducting the writing workshop, and she's doing a writing workshop on found poetry, and that should be really, really cool too. I'm actually partially bummed out that I can't make it to the workshop, but I'm gonna be in the mountains with Bay,
In the
Yeah.
so
mountains.
it's gonna be a good time.
In the mountains.
Up in the
Yeah.
mountains.
Yeah.
Patty, I love you so much. She's letting us use her cabin up there. It's and I've seen pictures. She said that the house up there sits higher than the actual ski lodge.
That's great.
I can't wait for the air to get thin. I just need to get away so badly.
Word. Yeah. Far as what's going on at Bali Fusion, Marquita's going to kill me because I have no idea what the calendar looks like.
Bum bum
Yeah.
bum.
So just go to www.baila, BAILA, Fusion, FUZION.com, or go to marquitabianca.com to find out whatever we're doing at Baila Fusion. I know tonight is Decimus Yarborough's last night teaching house. My brother, you will be missed. You are loved. Hopefully I can swing by and see you. If not, definitely much love to you and the fam. That is it for me right now.
What
But
do you
I
got going on, Iris? When's the
Yeah.
next What Spot?
It's Saturday.
Oh,
okay. What time and
where
what's
and where?
the location?
Where and what time?
It's Saturday night, and it's at 5018 Restaurant, which is at 5018 East Princess Anne Road in Norfolk, Virginia. It is from 8 until
Very nice. Shout out to 5018 Q5.
Yeah, they do a lot for the
Yes.
arts in the area.
Godchild, Joe Kelly. Whoop,
Now, my question for you is you're working on what 6 recording projects, right? Now, out of any of those 6, are you doing collaborations with anyone?
I am trying to put together collaborations, but that would be on a different CD.
Okay.
And one person who has decided that they would collaborate with me would be Seven.
Okay.
AKA
Nice.
from
Shout
the
out to
Wolfpack.
Seven.
And
My throat
Concept
dry.
from the
That was a
Wolfpack.
dry
I was like,
ass
was that
wolf
a wolf?
Ahoo!
that was a
What
cub.
that? I don't know what what was that? Concept from the Wolfpack as well said that he would do something for me on one of my songs that I have already because he heard one of the songs.
Shout out to
If-
Concept too.
If I got to get on some people's levels though, because if I could like pull together like Steph Love, B Diz, Glow Shines, Taz.
You
know,
just
like
named the
power- I know,
Fantastic
right?
Four
Right?
of the female arts community here.
And Cassandra is free. Oh my gosh.
So what's keeping that from happening?
I gotta ask. I gotta, I gotta,
Well, that's
to
kinda
me,
what-
knowing these people, that's all.
Right.
That's all. Like,
It's
And you
different-
know
it's
any of 'em
different
would be
from
down.
It's different from asking. Be like, yo,
well, I'm gonna
And
tell
it's
you.
like,
I'm gonna tell you, like, if you don't keep up with us on Facebook, we have this young lady by the name of CJ Expression. That every once in a while we
She's
mention,
everybody's cheerleader.
yeah, every one time we mention something on this show, she will post it on Facebook.
Yep.
So 9
and
times out of
Lisa
10,
Kendrick. I forgot about Lisa.
Oh, Lisa is
Yes.
actually one of my features on Feature Sunday this month.
Get out.
Yeah.
And she's also featuring at our Ladies' Night event in August, which is going to be dope. There will also be a Gentleman's Night coming up in September, so look
Okay.
out for that.
I will.
so
Yeah.
give us like who else would you like to work with?
Well, so like, there's this dude who's like sitting across the table from me.
I don't do
And-
features.
Well, I'm in a
10
book with him already, so you know.
10 G's to show up,
I'm
10
just
G's to
saying.
show up.
another 25 if you actually want me to do something.
I'm just saying. And then there's this other guy who has this poem called Slim Thick, who could, always, hook
I
up,
don't know who
a sister, with some.
It's funny,
some
like
stuff.
I tried writing erotic poetry and it still came out like entirely too poetic. Like
But erotic poetry is poetic. It's a way of.
I can't bring
expressing an art.
myself to like get, but so graphic.
You don't
and-
have to get graphic
Yeah,
in erotic poetry.
Actually,
I
I was
know.
having that discussion with someone earlier. Like,
I would consider mine
I-
intimate, not so
I-
much erotic.
Yeah, I have not been to the wet spot, but the
I
erotic
have.
places I've been to, I found them annoying because the poets were just
Being gross.
too metaphoric.
Get in my. Oh, I'm sorry.
Now that I could deal with. I'm from DC, so. But
Oh, it's the Shakespearean.
yes, and I'm like
just
I
in your
want to see you rise like the yeast in my biscuits. What? Why?
In
Set like the sun in the east.
in Shakespeare,
So, can we
to
play Speak
die.
Love?
Yeah.
Can we play Speak Love?
That is a good segue to speak love.
Let's
now
do it.
we're going to show you how it's done. This is how it's done.
Love.
This is the piece that almost gives me fired
that love.
off my job from old people.
Speak it.
Show you right. On the
This is
chocolate
Speak
milk.
Love
On the chocolate milk with waffle show.
by Iris Perkins.
Lay me down on the bed, then raise my legs and let my whole feel your head. Fuck me so good that I can feel it in my dreams and I need to feel more than goosebumps. I need aftershocks and furniture moving. So, speak love to me. Then slide up in me. No time for fuckery. I just wanna do some raw fucking. Speak love to me. Then slide up in me. No time for fuckery. I just wanna do some raw fucking. I need to feel your body heat radiating on me. I need to be wrapped in your arms with my orgasms, allowing me to convulse rhythmically. Now, calm my nervous system and caress me. You have my breathing out of whack from all of that magnificent fucking. Excellent show you put on today. I mean, that sex was so good that you made me pass on the cigarette. So, speak love to me. Then slide up in me. No time for fuckery. I just wanna do some raw fucking. Speak love to me. Then slide up in me. No time for fuckery. I just wanna do some raw fucking. Now, I know you put it down like you missed my pussy, so I guess I can do the same for your dick. Just give me a chance to get reloaded. But just remember, we're doing this. I just need you to speak love to me. No time for fuckery. I just, oh. Speak love to me. Then slide up in me. No time for fuckery. I just wanna do some raw fucking. I'm not using this as an African status. I'm talking about the girls in the United States of America. We have 6-year-olds trying to wear lipstick, and we have 8-year-olds that are trying to get the dick. Now, I'm trying to figure out where did we go wrong, because back in the day, we played hopscotch and jumped rope. What happened to trying to pick up jacks? Not the stunting and blunt smoking. I'm just saying. Hashtag bring back our girls. I mean, little girls where we could sit and play dolls, comb each other's hair, and have fun with no cares in the world. See, back then, we weren't trying to be anybody's girl, baby, or boo. We weren't trying to get the dick. I mean, what is this? It's got to be about teaching them to become ladies and teaching them to wait. I mean, so many little girls want to grow up too fast, and they're getting it in, ready to give up the ass, and we don't teach them not to do it. And I know it sounds crass, but hashtag bring back our girls. Make them wait. Teach them about cooking in the kitchen or how to provide service instead of trying to play house and getting a boyfriend. Teach them that their body is sacred and it's not just for getting laid or doing sexual favors. Hashtag bring back our girls. I mean, maybe if we brought back our girls, we'd stop being so independent, because girls, young girls need things, and they need to wish upon stars. They take time to pick and smell roses, and we play tag and hide under covers, but back then, when we had girls, men were men, and they were so much more protective. They didn't call them out of their names because we wanted them to feel beautiful. And they wanted them to be princesses because that is what they are. And back then they knew because that is how we treated them. But now, we don't care. I'm just asking, hashtag bring back our girls. If that happens, then maybe, just maybe, we can regain and create a better society. Hashtag bring back our girls.
And we're back, Internet. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio F Radio.
.com.
And we are here with Iris Perkins, and that was Bring Back Our Girls. That is a very stark contrast to what you typically do on the open mic scene. I'm going to start referring to it that way, what you do at the open mic scene, because you do a lot, as we've discovered in this past hour.
Yes.
So I think pieces like that are so important, especially when, like, as artists, we have a responsibility, but at the same time, we have to be free to write the things we want to write. So how do you, as an artist, find that balance between the recreation and the responsibility?
I write what I want.
When you want.
When you want.
How I want. It's really how it comes to me. Hashtag Bring Back Our Girls came to me while I was at a stoplight.
Wow.
And I have the original voice recording on my phone.
What inspired it? Anything in particular?
I don't remember the inspiration. I just know I was at a stoplight and I was like, hashtag Bring Back Our Girls. And I just started voice recording at the stoplight. And
Nice.
I love the way you gave clarity in it because it wasn't based upon when I first heard it. That's when everybody knew what was happening over in Africa when the 100+ girls
Went
were abducted at gunpoint by Boko Haram. I think if anybody heard it, they'd automatically thought, "Yo, she hopping on that." But if you really, it's like you have to listen to it and realize that we've lost our girls. We've lost our girls. And it's those pieces like this where George talks about the responsibility. As in, I think sometimes we as artists do need to remind people because it's kind of crazy to know that there may have been someone out there that'll prefer their baby girl heard the piece that we played before that versus to Bring Back Our Girls. And I'm just like, yo, this is why they're lost. We're losing them on. It's like we're pushing them to get lost. When I think about the video they showed with the mother recently, where the mother was beating her daughter on Facebook Live. Did you see that?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, you're trying to teach your daughter a lesson, but at the same time, she took the phone and started fixing her hair. And I was just like, so now you see why your daughter has thought tendencies on Facebook.
You just beat the shit out of your daughter on the internet for likes.
Yeah. I'm teaching her respect.
No,
You know,
you're
and
humiliating
yeah.
her and probably creating a dysfunctional member of society in the process.
And she turned right around. The daughter put a video up after that. Somehow I was embarrassed. I'm sorry about what I did, this and that. But you also showed, like you said, that, and it is not about judging people, but we're showing what you're presenting.
Right.
We're speaking on what you're presenting to people.
Yeah, and some things like that shouldn't really be publicized. What you do in your home is what you do in your home, and how you decide to discipline your child is how you decide to discipline
And these
your child.
lines, I mean, social media has, if not
Blurred.
completely blurred, completely obliterated the
Yeah.
lines between privacy and public. You know, people, people forget that once something is out there on the internet, it's out there.
Well, I don't know if social media has done it as much as people have done it to themselves.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants their 15 minutes.
Exactly.
And it doesn't matter what kind of 15
Well, that's what I
minutes that
mean.
they want to get.
Yeah.
It's whether or not I can get my 15 minutes before they can get their 15 minutes. Not realizing that you don't have to dim somebody else's light in order to shine.
Exactly.
Everybody can have their own. It's enough. I mean, if America is big enough to hold all of us, America is big enough to see all of us. We just have to know
Right.
when we can get our time in, and it needs to be positive. And apparently, we're not
technology
really
has
about
made it so that that can
positivity.
happen.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Apparently, we're not about positivity. We're
Yeah.
still concerned about what the Kardashians look like before and after.
Yeah.
Right.
We're still concerned about the people on VH1. And I'm sorry, I don't watch reality TV, so I can't tell
Right.
you
Yeah, me neither.
who
Yeah.
they are. But it's like reality TV has taken over shows and people like scripted shows, and people don't understand that reality TV is scripted.
Exactly.
Right. There's nothing real about reality
Exactly.
TV. Not
So
even sporting events, I don't think.
Right. And it's that commercial where you go, it just makes your mind just you're like, oh, okay, I'm done. Like TV off.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to unplug and just check out. Man.
Yeah. And so that's what those things is like. Sometimes you write, and you're kind of like you said, you write what you want when you want.
You know what?
But sometimes you may write and you be like, is the world ready for this? Or are they going to really listen to this? And it's just like when people put out like, we need to protest World Star. And I'm like, but the people that want to protest World Star aren't even watching World Star.
Right.
So how do we reach the ones that are watching it to let them realize this is poison?
It's difficult because there's a level of, what's the word I'm looking for? Accepted ignorance.
Yeah.
Invited even.
Oh,
Invited.
yeah.
ignorance.
Invited.
Like
'Cause
I'm
ignorance
okay
is
with
never
I'm okay with
acceptable.
being blind to these things. And then, you have people trying to put out a positive message and using their social media in ways to hopefully create some eye-opening things for people. And then you got the group say, "Oh, lighten up."
Yeah.
So
It's not that serious.
But I
not
mean,
that
you
serious.
can still be light about positive messages.
Exactly.
It's about finding that balance,
Yeah.
which across your very varied and various platforms, you have shown to do that quite simply and easily and effortlessly. Well, maybe not
you.
effortlessly, but you make it look effortless.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And she looks good while doing it.
Absolutely. It has been a phenomenal hour. Do we have anything else to cover? Once again, we'd like to remind you about turning in your submissions for our new jingle, the Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show at gmail.com. Also, we'd like to bring attention to our Patreon, the Radio Free Radio Patreon, where for just $1 a month, you get access to our entire archive of stuff, broadcasts, and all types of amazing
We have
fun stuff.
stuff on
But
this.
even cooler than that, you get to wear the invisible badge that says, "I support independent radio." And there's nothing cooler than invisible badges.
Like the
Let
no
me tell
prize
you,
prize.
I'm wearing mine right now.
I have one too.
We all have one. So wear it proudly. Check out our YouTube channel, Chocolate Milk and Waffles on Instagram.
Instagram. I like
Instagram. On Instagram.
that. The Facebook
You
machine.
can find me at George Mendez. That's JORGE Mendez _V35 on pretty much all social platforms.
That's right. Google me.
Google Terrell Mercer. Google
Do-
George Mendez.
put the K. The K is pertinent. Terrell K. Mercer.
And Iris, why don't we let everybody know where we can find you?
You can find me in a book.
Yeah.
Not on Facebook, but just like in
A book.
in a book. Yes. But if you were to look me up, you guess what? I found out I was on iTunes Saturday, but that's different.
Okay.
But I'm sorry that. Yeah.
It
But
happens.
you can find me at Petty Crocker, which is PETTIE Crocker, on Instagram and Facebook, or you can find me at ICU on Facebook, the poet.
Very nice. You have been listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffles Show. And remember, as always,
We do what we do.
because we includes you.
P.S.
Good night, Internet.
Your eyes roll back as you inhale scent of me. As you roll your tongue around my body, you're causing a harmonic hormonal symphony. As you lay there slowly peeling the light layer of clothing covering me, caressing the landscape of your territory. I don't know what pleasure is coming, but you're teaching French to my belly button. Oh, I say hail Hitler because I'm waiting to learn German. Yes, that one-eyed Herman, stiff, waiting for